The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. The Pharisees came forward and began to argue with Jesus, seeking from him a sign from heaven to test him. He sighed from the depths of his spirit and said, "Why does this generation seek a sign? Amen, I say to you, no sign will be given to this generation." Then he left them, got into the boat again, and went off to the other shore. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
One way that we've kind of all been taught to read Scripture is called typology. It's saying prefigurements of the fulfillment in the New Testament, so the Old Testament containing images, types, prefigurements of then the characters in the New Testament. So like Abel, and his offering in a sense is a type of Jesus and his offering in the New Testament. I mean, you kind of connect these dots. You can see prefigurements. So it's not an exact science, but it helps us to, when we read stories of like Cain and Abel, it helps us to kind of recall the fulfillment in the New Testament with Christ. So let's kind of bring that up. There's a lot going on with Cain and Abel. But it kind of brings to my mind is this notion of an offering. Like the notion of a sacrificial offering to God has been going on a long time. You can even see it in like non-Jewish religions that go way back. They're always sacrificing and offering, So I think that one tendency is to think that that's ended, that with Christ we just don't do that anymore. In fact, the idea of a priest in the 21st century is kind of a weird thought when you look around society, But we still do offer gifts, right? So our Lord today, we offer the sacrifice. The bread and wine has been changed in the body and blood of Christ. We offer that to the Father in thanksgiving and praise. So I bring that to mind. Our Lord says today, "Hey, no sign will be given to you except." No sign will be given to you. He doesn't even go to the except part. He just says, "No sign will be given to you." But the sacraments are a sacred sign instituted by Christ to give grace. So there's a symbolism here, but that symbolism conveys the reality. So the symbol of bread and wine conveys the reality that Christ truly wants to have an intimate relationship with us, to be our food and drink, to live within us. Okay, but that reality is conveyed as well. It's not just a sign, it's conveyed. So I bring it up too because what I was surprised to hear when talking about Cain and Abel is how the Lord talked to them. Like the Lord said to Cain, it's like he's still talking to him. He still has this intimate relationship, even though it's post-fall. Our Lord desires that kind of intimate relationship with all of us. And he does it in many and varied ways, but you can't beat the Eucharist to become our food and drink. That's the kind of intimacy that he continues to want to have with us. So that's part of the other reality of going on, that our Lord it's not just an offering on our part, thanks God. He then gives it back to us in Holy Communion, that we could walk with him like not just Cain and Abel, but Adam and Eve in the garden of our heart, that he continues to speak with us and guide us. So, at the very least, let's be aware of that reality and then take the time and tune our ears of our hearts to listen to his voice. He continues to guide us. So we offer a thanksgiving sacrifice back to the Lord in gratitude for the offering of Jesus' life and resurrection, but also in thanksgiving for the reality that we get to participate in that intimacy even today.